It says I'm live there. In addition, what do I have to say? So I turn on this damn game. Like standing right here is good. Standing right here is good. Alright, so that's live. That's live. Wait, this is the right stream key? Okay, cool. Now that both of those are live, I just gotta go make sure my stream chat is okay, and I'll be good after that. So give me 1 millisecond to check that, y'all.
What ultimately broke me and my...
The YRJJC. If that one works, the tall one. That's my vertical stream. Why's my vertical stream not popping out? Oh, I didn't do the thumbnail right. Hold on. Let me check that one. Yeah, that is it. Alright, give me 1 moment. Make sure if y'all in here, hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Support a brother by hitting the like button. Alright. I did that. Let me test the chat before I start yapping. Alright, both my chats work. Time to yap. But we're gonna need to change the music before we start the yappage, before we start the excessive talkage. Which way do I want to go with this? I know what I know what I want to do. And I don't care if I'm a little bit late on this. So I'm gonna give y'all the rundown and I'm gonna give y'all the synopsis. Actually, I'm gonna leave that music on. Marvel Rivals players were based, for the long story short, yo, what's good, Mary? For the short version of those of you who are unaware, Marvel Rivals. Wait, I just realized. Oh no, my toys aren't missing. Marvel Rivals can. Hell no, I'm not making you a mod. I don't know you. If you stick around in the chat and I become familiar with you and you cool like a mod you, then like yeah, sure, but I'm not just gonna mod you off the first time meeting you. That's like fucking somebody off the first link and we don't do that. Anyway, I'm the first person here. You are, and I respect that and I thank you for that, but that doesn't mean I'm finna automatically mod you. That's not how the exchange works. I don't mod you just because you're here. Because if that was the case, I would have a chat full of mods, and what the fuck would be the point of making people moderator if the whole chat is mods? You see how that becomes a slippery slope, and that doesn't make sense. People start banning people at will, start changing my title to all kinds of crazy obscene stuff. It's a very slippery slope. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So for those of y'all who weren't in the know, Marvel Rivals had a problem where people were getting paid to throw, and like you could read this whole long text of paragraph on the screen, but basically Marvel Rivals found out people were getting paid to throw, and they said, oh no, we not finna let people get paid to throw. Marvel Rivals said, oh no, we not gonna let people get paid to throw. And then on top of that, you think we gonna let people get paid to throw and not make a dime off of it? Come on now, I need y'all to remember, NetEase is a company. NetEase is a company. They want money. Just like money hungry EA, just like money hungry Rockstar, just like money hungry Take-Two Interactive, the people that make NBA 2K. All of these companies want money. So they said there's no way you're going to make a website where you got motherfuckers throwing for money and we don't get a piece? Nah, shut it down, shut it down. Send a cease and desist right now. So basically, oh shit, I forgot to enlarge this so I can make sure my clipping is actually working. So a little while ago, we found out that that website where people was getting paid to throw matches existed, and we was getting crazy games like Spider-Man players going 60-0 by just jumping off the map repeated times. Jeff players farming for their ult, swallowing their teammates, spitting the enemy team back out on point, taking their own teammates and jumping off the map. All types of crazy stuff for $20 goddamn dollars. Let me repeat that. Let me say that without the music so y'all can understand what I'm saying. So y'all can hear it nice and clear the way it's meant to be heard. Niggas was throwing their Marvel Rivals ranked games for $20. I don't think y'all heard me. Niggas was ruining people's time having fun playing a video game for $15 fucking dollars. Now I get it. You're fucking broke. You're stupid. When you see a job application, you start sneezing because you have an allergic reaction to that and soap. But you say, yo, $20 is $20. But back let's bust out the sad music, cause you Marvel Rivals players was throwing niggas games for $20 motherfucking dollars. Now, yes, I understand that Marvel Rivals wasn't the only game, blah blah blah. But here's the thing when it comes to anything like that. It takes one lawsuit to get sued. Let me repeat myself. It takes one lawsuit to get sued. And if you ain't got lawsuit money, it don't matter if you get sued for $5 or $500. Bitch, you ain't got lawsuit money. You're shutting down your doors. Now, this idea is funny. It's a haha, LOL. People was getting paid to throw. But on a serious tip, on a serious note, you really gotta think. Niggas was ruining each other's fun for less than the cost of a fucking sandwich. Niggas couldn't even go buy a skin in Marvel Rivals for the amount of money they was accepting to throw niggas matches. To me, that's just crazy. I don't understand the point of ruining somebody's fun for $30 fucking dollars. Like, to me, if I'm ruining niggas' fun, it gotta be, hey bro, I was getting paid, insert amount type money, and they go, you know, even though I'm suffering, I don't condone it because I'm the one suffering, but I kind of understand it. You niggas can't even buy a motherfucking emoji pack with that $5 they gave you to throw that match. And y'all did it anyway. But don't worry, because the very same, and I've already read through this, and the short version is, Marvel Rivals heard you. They said, hey, niggas is getting paid to throw without us being able to get a piece? Oh, so we're going to double whammy your ass. We're going to shut down the website, not only because it's going to make us look good, but because you ain't give us a piece. So, as this headline says, Marvel Rivals has finally addressed incentivized throwing, the bounty system where people pay to ruin matches. We maintain a strict zero tolerance. Wait, hold up. I gotta say it. Excuse me, with emphasis. Marvel Rivals has finally addressed incentivized throwing, the bounty system where people pay real money to ruin matches. Exactly. They said that they are maintaining a strict zero tolerance policy against any form of malicious disruption. To pick up two for your mistake, dumbass, bozo. So, if you're not following, not only did they make the penalties more harsh, not only did they go from 15 minutes of back shots to now 30 minutes of back shots, they're also going so far as if they see it's a repeated pattern, they're nuking your account, nigga. As in, you're banned for the next 3 months. Play Russian roulette. Play Russian roulette with your account. You want to be able to play Marvel Rivals for the next 3 seasons? I bet. What I think they need to do is copy Marathon and start device ID tagging niggas. You want to throw a match? Clear throwing, and I'm not talking about matches where somebody does bad. I'm talking about matches where somebody's jumping off the map for 5 minutes of a 5-minute match. And they're going 0 and 1,000 because they keep jumping off the map. Just because they keep jumping off the map so many goddamn times. Put them niggas in the ether. Throw them niggas in, oh shit. Throw them niggas in hell. Send them up the stream. Ban them.
Get the fuck out of here!
Is what you need to tell all of them. Now, all jokes and funny shit aside, my thoughts on this is Marvel Rivals is dead in the right, because you have to keep in mind the people that are doing this throwing stuff are usually niggas that's broke. And you know what broke niggas don't do when they play free-to-play games? Buy shit. So why would I give a fuck about the opinion of a nigga who's willing to throw a match for 75 cents? You can't even get shit in the game for that price. Niggas was out here. Niggas was out here in Gold 3 throwing matches going 0 and 100 for fucking 2 quarters. Wait, I pressed the wrong button. Niggas was out here in Gold throwing matches for 2 quarters. Like, I genuinely don't understand the mentality of wanting to ruin somebody else's game for a very insignificant amount of game. Because let's say you even do get the $20. Like, bro, you didn't improve your life. Like, I could understand if a nigga said, I'll pay you a band to throw this game. Then I still wouldn't condone it. But I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I get it. But niggas was throwing matches for $20, $50, $100 was the highest I seen. 100? I guess, bro. I understand that people are starving and people need to get money, get it how they live it. But bro, you could go get a regular job, work for like 5 hours and get the same amount of money. But like I said earlier, them niggas see a job application, they start achoo, achoo, achoo. They eyes start turning red, water start dripping down. They start curling up in a corner because they sneeze. Achoo! Job, work, effort. Get that away from me. It's like they got severe allergies. It is what it is, man. I'm just glad Marvel Rivals stepped in and shut down the website, because otherwise these niggas would have still been going, and the number one excuse would have been, well, they ain't shut us down yet, so clearly they ain't got no problem with it. They had a problem with it, so they came in, that whole shit up. They said nuke the whole website, get that shit out of here. And not gonna lie, I can't blame them. I'm not mad at them. I would do the same thing. Moving on to the next topic, moving on to the next interesting thing that I have to talk about. Companies are still evil fucking companies. Wow, what a shocker. Wow. Companies are still fucking evil. Wow, I'm surprised. Anyway, this one I didn't pre-read it. I just read the title, and like I was like, this shit gotta be good, because the title is Epic is increasing the price of Fortnite V-Bucks to help pay the bills, which I have some theories and things I want to say about how Epic Games is riding off of the fact that they're a COVID identity game, but every game has its cycle. Anyway, Epic Games is increasing the price of V-Bucks in Fortnite, claiming it needs help pay the bills. Starting on March, okay, so they're raising the price of everything. So $8.99, a $9 pack of $9 for 800 V-Bucks was 1,000. Damn, we got V-Bucks inflation before GTA 6?
Whoa!
I would have never thought I'd see the day, not gonna hold you. The battle pass, which previously cost 1,000 V-Bucks, will now only cost 800. However, completing it will also only earn the player 800 instead of 1,000. Yeah, it always costs the price of the battle pass at the end of the battle pass. With bonus rewards are being dropped. As for one of the battle, I want to hear what they got to say about this shit. I don't really care about the prices that much. Fortnite crew members will now only receive 800 as part of their monthly rewards. Despite the changes, Epic says players who are currently have existing V-Bucks gift cards will still get the values printed on them when they're redeemed. Okay, that's good. Not gonna say they're pro-consumer or anything, but at least they're not straight up fucking you over. They're a company, but they're not monsters. Last month, Epic announced that PC players alone spent $1 billion in the EGS last year, and Epic Maze edited that. However, GM, okay, so there's a few different components to that. The cost of running Fortnite has gone up a lot, the publisher says. All right. Fortnite raising the prices to V-Bucks has a different... Fortnite raising the price of V-Bucks has a lot of different moving parts, and I think the biggest one is that it's over. It's Jover. It's done. People who played this game as kids during COVID are realizing time is passing. They're getting older. They're getting tired of this fucking game, so they're branching out into new shit and not playing Fortnite as much. And to that I say, it's sad to see happen, but at the same time, not really. Because you have to really think about it and realize Fortnite came out in 2015. Now, I just want to point out, because I know for the TikTok video, I'm going to probably try and figure out a way to clickbait y'all. But just to be clear, Fortnite, I don't think it's actually going anywhere. I don't think it's actually dying. I just think the fact that they were the COVID game and the success and the wave they rode off of then and what they projected they'd be able to do forever, they realized they're not going to be able to do forever. Like, yeah, keeping a Dua Lipa skin in the game and getting a collab from everything under the sun, whether it's Doja Cat, Bugs Bunny, Batman, Spider-Man, fucking Trippie Redd, whoever the fuck they want to put in the game. Goddamn, Michael Jackson, I will probably be next along with a John Cena collab. It's expensive to get all these people and properties in the game, even if it is for a limited time. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think as long as that thing is accessible in the game, they have to pay licensing fees for it. Now, I could be wrong, but what I'm saying is, if they ever make a skin available, as long as that skin is in the game, whether it's ready for purchase or not, they have to pay a license to keep that shit in the game, or else they have to revoke the skin from everybody. That's very expensive. Another thing I also want to add is Fortnite came out during COVID and was really big during COVID because everybody was stuck in the house and everybody was looking for a new game to play, and Fortnite was rising in popularity. Then they had that collab with Thanos, and during the MCU's popularity, like they basically, all right, hold on, because I feel like I said that confusing. Fortnite was in the right place at the right time when it came to COVID, because they were a game that was getting popular. They was on the rise. They was riding the wave of a new budding genre in games that was becoming popular, that being battle royales. Then on top of that, they had that collab with Marvel. They had that Marvel collab where you could beat Thanos with Endgame at the height, the peak, the hypest moment of the MCU. So they was in the right place, rising in a genre that was getting popular, collabing with stuff like Marvel, bringing a new idea into place. And then the third thing, which was COVID. A lot of people were stuck in a house, so they was looking for something to play. Oh, this game that's a new fresh idea also has a Marvel collab. Why wouldn't I try it? Right place, right time. But the thing about that is, whenever you get into a hobby, the longer you're in that hobby, the more likely you are to branch out. So, for example, if you are into video games, the more my brain's fried. Because we're talking about video games, the longer you're into video games, the more likely you are to say, you know what? I'm tired of dribbling this ball and playing with this gun. Now I want to play as a flaming cartoon wolf that runs through the forest and is a Japanese god or something like that. And you go, wait, what is Amaterasu? And you play the game and it's cool. Maybe you say, you know what? I like characters and I like combat. and I like going up against other people. And it would be really cool if there was a game full of Marvel characters where I could fight other people. Wait, what did you say? You said that already exists. It's called Marvel vs. Capcom, and there's 3 games in the series. There's really 4, but people only acknowledge 3. Okay, well, what about what's the latest one out of that 3? Now you're playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then you branch out from there and you go different places from there. You play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and because you're gooned the fuck out, you see Jewel. You see Jewel. Because you're gooned the fuck out, you see Jill, whatever that bitch name is. Because you're gooned the fuck out, you see Jill and Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and you go, yo, what game is Shorty from? I want to play that game for research purposes. Then you go play Resident Evil and you see, oh wait, this is actually something I like. Then you play Resident Evil, you go back and play the older games, and you play the OG Resident Evils. Now you're a fan of Resident Evil after starting off playing Fortnite. You see what I'm saying? Like, as the time goes on, people's tastes evolve. And I will say, Fortnite did do a lot for gaming and change the gaming landscape, in some ways for better and in some ways for worse, but it's been around for a long time, and people who are actually became gaming enthusiasts off of Fortnite, they're tired of that shit. I don't want to drop in a tomato town and be Spider-Man no more, nigga. I want to play a different game. And that's what I think is the biggest factor of what's happening. So less people want to play Fortnite, meaning they got to jack up the prices on shit that shouldn't have the prices jacked up. And like the last point or thing I kind of want to say about this whole situation is Fortnite raising V-Bucks because people are getting off the game is because they thought that their game would last forever. Now, again, I'm not saying the game is straight up dead, but the numbers have gone down significantly since the world has opened up and everybody left the house, which it's almost like I fucking told y'all that would happen during COVID. That most of the niggas playing these games weren't gamers. But whatever. When the world opened up, a lot of people would get off those games, and a lot of what they thought was infinite growth wouldn't happen. That's why a lot of studios that went through COVID and got a lot of that bailout COVID money, on top of getting infinite money from the infinitely higher amount of people that were into gaming because they were stuck in the house, they thought that money was going to last forever. And it's not. And they thought that audience was going to last forever at least. And it didn't, nigga. It fucking didn't. Them niggas left the house. And this is the result of that. Now they got to jack up the price. And it sucks for the people playing Fortnite that are loyal, that are buying every battle pass, buying every skin, buying every rock band collab. Because, like, you're basically getting bent over and spanked on the butt and spit on in a bad way for supporting a game that you love for years. But hey, bruh, it's time to move on, because I'm a person, if you are not appreciated, leave. And y'all niggas ain't being appreciated, so you know what you should do?
Get the fuck out of here!
Just my food for thought. But getting off that topic, and then a topic about Fortnite, this one I have to read, because off rip, just looking at the title, this shit sounds like a... But we're gonna reserve judgment. We're gonna put the tinfoil hats off, and we're gonna actually take a second to read the article. And I'm not gonna set a timer and read after it. I'm just going to read the article. Steam Machine could only be as powerful as a PS4 as Valve pleads for RAM. Them niggas is out there going, RAM prices is how much? We don't know if we can pay for it. And we gonna read and hope that they can pay for it. Cause if not, that's a out of 10. Honestly, I already have a PC and I take care of it. And I pray that this bitch lasts a long time. Because before 2020, which is around when I built my PC, if I would have told you that me spending about $1,000-ish on my PC has appreciated it to be now worth over $2,000 with upgrades like considered and stuff like that, it's still appreciated way more than it should have, faster than it should have. I don't know, man. But let's read. Also, 1 second. I need to plug up my mic. Need to plug up my mouse assist. Oh, I didn't think it was plugged in. Music will restart in a moment. We'll give it a moment, y'all. Give it a moment. Accidentally pressed that. Fuck you. Fuck you, chat. That's y'all trying to show me something subconsciously. Anyway, we'll start the music back up if we need. Steam machines could RAM shortages are the latest AI driven nonsense crossing your feed, blah 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 blah. Simply put, random access memory RAM is which means things load quicker, blah blah blah. With the upcoming release of the Steam machine in the year 2026, a comment made during a talk at the Game Developers Conference (GDC) might suggest turbulent times ahead of the Steam machine. Valve explained during the Game Developers Conference that a lot of people were scared to go to because of this war that we're in. Gaming 2026 is fried. You know, usually when niggas say gaming is dead, I go shut the fuck up. But this time, you know what? I kind of gotta agree, because if you are a person who is just barely a gamer and you are trying to upgrade and get deeper into gaming, like, this is a terrible time. Like, I seen TikTok earlier today where this lady was saying that she's tired of Apple and she's trying to get into having a Windows PC, and people was telling her, like, shorty, this is just about the worst time possible to build a PC, because she was just tired of Apple's bullshit. And she was like, I just want to build a PC. And niggas was breaking down to her the RAM shortage is because of AI, blah, blah, blah. So, like, usually when niggas say gaming is dead, I say shut the fuck up, but I'll let y'all slide for right now, because this shit is fried. And, like, these games right now are trying to go crazy and push the artistic boundaries of what was previously possible, and being that it's harder and harder to access high quality or even medium quality parts, I can't even get mad at PS4 niggas no more. Actually, wait, what the fuck am I talking about? Hold on. Yes, I can. Yes, I can get mad at the PS4. What the fuck am I talking about? You niggas had from 2020 to 2025. Let's take about a year off and I'll give y'all the beginning or end of 2020 whenever the console came out. From 2022 to 2025, you bitch ass, bum ass, stupid ass niggas could have got a PS motherfucking 5. I'm not giving you niggas no breaks. Y'all niggas could have been got that shit. I've been telling niggas to build PCs since the Xbox Series got announced, because I said all of their games day and date are coming over to PC. Now it's so bad that shit is not even just on PC. It's on PlayStation 2. Even niggas that brought an Xbox don't have a reason to buy an Xbox. You could have played Halo on PC, nigga. So, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. The PS4 are always at wrong. They're always at fault. And that's another thing I just thought of. Bro, the PS4 be the main niggas going, yo, ChatGPT, my ass itches, and every time I stick my finger in there to scratch it, it turns brown and it smells funny. What should I do? Wipe your ass! That's what you should do, dumbass! But you know, there's been studies that are starting to come out being done about how ChatGPT makes niggas stupider. The PS4 niggas is the main niggas using ChatGPT to ask, yo, ChatGPT, I'm getting a funny feeling in my stomach. I'm really tired and I haven't eaten since yesterday. What should I do? Bitch, you answered the question in the question. Eat! Like, don't get me started on the PS4. Don't get me started. It's all you niggas' fault. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Valve explained during GDC that if you have a line on a bunch of RAM, we are in a market and would like to buy. Damn. Hold on. Let me reread that. These niggas said, guys, if you have a line on a bunch of RAM, we are in the market and we would like to buy it. Me too, Gabe. Me too. I have a PC that's been half built for 2 years now, and I'd really like to use it someday. So, the RAM shortage is so bad. You got gaming CEOs out here crying on stage during gaming developer conferences. Hey, if you know a place to get some RAM at a reasonable price, please let us know. Speed, I need this. My mom only has a yacht. But like, yo, this is fucking crazy. So one of the main things about why the Steam Machine's price has been, one of the main reasons why the Steam Machine's price has been getting held back is because right when they announced the Steam Machine is when the RAM shortage thing happened, and basically overnight, if you wanted to buy RAM, it went from $50 to $500. The Steam Machine has 8 gigabytes of VRAM. I was about to lose it. Once again, simply the difference between VRAM and RAM is what is responsible for loading. VRAM is the GPU shit, blah blah blah. Small but meaningful difference. While benchmarking data isn't available, games like Hogwarts Legacy, Indiana Jones, and The Great Circle, and The Last of Us recommended 12 GB for high ultra settings to avoid stuttering. This is just a technical explanation as to why 8 gigabytes of VRAM is not enough. The short version, 8 gigabytes of VRAM, nigga, you gonna be struggling to run shit. In fact, the last console to have 8 gigabytes of combined VRAM was a PS4, which was released in 2014. I had to drop 2 for your mistake. Because the PS4 was dropped in 2013, but guys, they don't develop consoles and then release them the next day. This shit was in development for a year or two. So really, that's 2012 or 2011 technology. And consoles are always behind by a couple of years when they come out because they take a loss or a hit so that the console is cheaper to sell to people so that people actually buy this shit. So 3 for your mistake, because that means they were actually using 2010 technology. However, Valve has claimed the Steam Machine is 4K 60 in any game with the help of upscaling. Upscaling is cool, but upscaling doesn't look as good as native, but whatever. There's a lot of features people would like to see the Steam Machine have, and more VRAM that we can answer, and a lot blah blah blah. If we want 16 gigabytes of VRAM, we'd have to pay for it. It's as simple as that. However, I may eat my words when the price is officially announced. Alright, why would you buy a Steam Machine for emulation? You fucking dunce. You could do half that shit on your phone and the other half on your PC. Unless you're trying to emulate a PS4, but I don't know why the fuck you would want to emulate that. I just want to say my final thoughts on this is like, the Steam Machine being as powerful as a PS4 is only a bad thing if this upscaling doesn't work like they think it's gonna work. Oh wait, actually no, I take that back, because you also have to keep in mind that a lot of these games have ray tracing on by default. A lot of these games have shit like FSR and frame generation on by default. And a bunch of other goofy settings just like that that eat up all your fucking random access memory and video random access memory just to make the game look 1% better in a way that you'll never actually fucking notice because you're a dunce. And while you're running away from cops in Cyberpunk, you're not looking in puddles to see what the reflection of your fucking car looks like. But the main thing I want to say about this is, I'm not gonna lie, we might just, like, the Steam Machine might have not only picked the worst possible time to release, but also they just had bad RNG. They announced at the worst possible time, because if y'all are not familiar, the Steam Machine is not a new thing. This is just a new version of a pre-existing brand. So like, they just got really bad RNG. The Steam Machine is cursed. Change the name, make something new, and go a different direction with it, and rebrand this whole shit, because Steam Machine, that shit is double cursed. I don't know what to tell you. Moving on to the next topic, we are now talking about Xbox. in PlayStation news. First, starting with Xbox, mostly talking about how Xbox shares new hardware details for a new generation console named Project Helix. Not gonna lie, I only want the fucking details. As previously detailed by Xbox CEO Ashwagandha Shawarma, Project Helix is being designed to play console and PC games. The keynote states that as part of Xbox multi-year partnership with EOMM, Project Helix will be powered by custom AMD system on a chip, basically a multi-integrated blah blah blah. What that means is the hardware will deliver, according to an Xbox Wire post, blah blah blah, an order of magnitude leap in ray tracing performance and capability that integrates intelligence directly into the okay. I'm gonna tell you why this is about to fail right now. The way they introduced the idea of them really. Okay, wait, hold up. For TikTok, I gotta say it in a clickbait way and then break down my point. The next Xbox is gonna fail miserably. We want details on what reason we'll have to buy the next Xbox, and you start yapping about shit like we're gonna use an AMD CPU and it's gonna be a custom system on a chip. Nigga, nobody knows what the fuck you mean when we say that. Nigga, we do not care about no goddamn SoC. We don't. You know what makes people buy a console? What games are locked specifically to that console that I can't buy nowhere else? And do I have to build it? That's what keeps people who would be playing on PC on console. The fact that they just go twice to plug stuff in the back of the console. They go plug it into the back of the TV, and they go one last time to plug that bitch into the wall. You press the button, you download the game, you play the game. With PC, even though most of it is just screwing a fucking screwdriver, you still gotta push in the GPU till it click. You gotta put in the IO shield. You gotta put thermal paste on your CPU, but not too much, because then thermal paste is still a kind of liquid. It could fuck with the electricity on your motherboard. A lot of people are too simple to do stuff like that, or they're like really actually busy and they don't have the time. Most of the time, them niggas is simple, but still, you get my point. Niggas don't have the time and mental capability to build a PC, so they just buy a fucking console. Niggas who care about stuff like this will build a fucking PC. The people who don't will buy a PlayStation. So who is this information for? Like, one thing I always say about gaming consoles is the only time I know where this happened is with the Xbox 360 versus the PS3, because later in the PS3's life it started outselling the 360, but people don't buy consoles based off of specs. People buy consoles based off of exclusives. That's just a factual situation. Nobody gives a fuck about your system on a chip. Nobody gives a fuck about none of that. What games you got locked to this bitch that I can't put on the other console? Or what features do you have on this bitch that I won't get nowhere else? All you said is a bunch of blah 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 techno jargon, blah 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 techno jargon. Don't nobody want to hear that shit, Ashwagandha Shawarma. Nigga, what game's gonna be on there? None? Okay, so why the fuck would I buy that? Why would I buy an Xbox that doesn't play PlayStation games when I could buy a PlayStation that plays PlayStation, Xbox, and certain PC games? That's a mystery of history. It seems like these niggas just refuse to fucking answer. But let's see if this next article got any more. Well, let's see if this article got anything better. Also reveals that plans to ship alpha versions of Helix to developers starting in 2027. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Why would I develop shit for your platform if everybody's already skeptical about buying it? Nobody's gonna buy the shit because there's no reason to. He also discusses Xbox strategy for breaking down barriers between console and PC games. The people who care about the barrier to console and PC games have a console and a PC. The people who play console games only don't want to play on PC. The people who play PC games only do so because they don't want to play on a console. Who the fuck is this for? And the people who want to play on console and PC, or console and on the go, they download the PlayStation streaming app for free, or they buy a PlayStation Plus, or they build a PC and use Steam Link. Who the fuck is this for? Like, this shit is cool, but it's only cool for somebody who's already locked in. And that's not that many people, so you need to lock more people in. To this end, Xbox is also taking a page from the raw guy, and nobody gives a fuck. With developers developing their first look at Helix next year, we probably shouldn't expect the full reveal until 2028. Thank God. We probably shouldn't expect a full reveal until 2028 at the earliest. It's hard not to feel a little surprised that Xbox is openly discussing its next console already, until you realize it will be 6 years since the Series X launched this November. And nobody gives a fuck. That's nerdy shit. I want to quickly skim through this next article and see if there's anything of value. Ashwagandha Shawarma, codename Helix, and a Zitter post. Let's read it. I don't want to read your article if you're just summarizing a tweet. Ashwagandha Shawarma, great start to the morning with Team Xbox, where we talked about our commitment to return. Helix will lead in performance and play your Xbox and PC games. Looking forward to... Nobody cares. People who care about playing Xbox and PC games on the same console just build a fucking PC and download the Microsoft Store. Oh, wait, you mean the application that already fucking comes with your PC? I don't get it. Like, shorty is so out of touch, it's actually incredible. I feel like everything that needs to be said, I already said it. This I was gonna talk about a little bit more. Actually, I'm gonna talk about this Minecraft shit first, see if there's anything interesting, and because if not, at the minimum, I'll get a break. I'm talking for a second.
Copyright striking content creators for merely talking about it. Me even making this video is a... So this whole Minecraft Legacy Edition source code leak is kind of all over the place right now. With Mojang or Microsoft copyright striking content creators for merely talking about it, me even making this video is a risk. I want to look at this from a few different perspectives. We'll start at the positives here. People are able to do so much cool shit with this now. Some examples include porting the Aether mod to it and just straight...
I'm not gonna lie, I thought I would care, like the least bit. Don't care. Also, I forgot about the whole risking getting copyright struck by even talking about it shit, so we're not gonna talk about it. But something I want to talk about this, but like I don't have the mental capacity right now. Sony is testing dynamic price. Oh, I got the mental capacity and energy to talk about this though. PlayStation is testing dynamic pricing on the PlayStation Store. For those of you not following, this means if they realize, hey, this person buys a lot of games, they'll charge you more for the game. And if they go, hey, this person doesn't buy a lot of games, they'll, charge them less for the games. Now, in theory, that sounds cool. That sounds fine. That sounds dandy. That just sounds like a smart business practice. But what happens when they start doing shit like saying, you're a Fortnite player and I fucking hate Fortnite. So everything Fortnite related, we're gonna charge you double. Why? Because we can. Where else you gonna go? You're a PlayStation player. You're not finna boot up, build, and play that shit on console. I mean, you're a PlayStation player. You're not finna build a PC to play that shit on PC because AI is eating up all the fucking RAM. You're stuck here, bitch ass nigga. What you gonna do about it? Exactly. Either you gonna buy these V-Bucks or you gonna get bullied. And most niggas is pussy, so they gonna buy the V-Bucks. Now the main thing about why stuff like this isn't, like, first off, I don't care how much you like PlayStation more than Xbox. You want Xbox to live, whether it's off of being a profitable company or off of Daddy Microsoft's pockets, which they've been doing for the last 3 gaming generations. Nobody asked for the Xbox One to be a TV. Nobody liked it either. Because one concept I've recently been thinking about is how there's a lot of things that nobody asked for that people enjoy, but it's like, okay. But people enjoyed those things. Nobody asked for this and nobody enjoyed it. So nigga, you're double fucked. That's number one. Number two thing I want to say is, like, they can put any type of bias in place because where else are you gonna go? They don't have any. If Sony doesn't have real competition, stuff like this is gonna become more common. Stuff like this is just gonna be the regular daily thing that they do Y'all ever heard of the Disney Vault? If y'all haven't, I'm gonna give you the short version. Disney, back when DVDs and VHS and buying the movie after it left theaters was king, what they would do is they'll put a movie on sale for a month or so. Let people go out to the stores, rush out, say, oh, I love this movie, buy it. After that, they'll not sell that movie for the next 2-3 years, deprive people of the ability to get it, so that when they put that movie out, people gotta rush and go get it and risk like succumbing to FOMO to go get that damn Disney movie. Sony's about to do the same fucking thing. They're about to just jack up the price on everything because fuck it, why not? And like another reason why this is bad is what if Sony, because again, PlayStation being able to charge you whatever the fuck you want is bad, because who's to say that their biases will be noble? Like I can't believe I'm talking about this, but who's to say their biases will be ethical? What if one day after Xbox hopefully doesn't, but what if Xbox dies and one day them niggas go, if you've ever owned an Xbox, automatic 50% plus. What? My brain is fried. PlayStation, right now this is an unregulated practice, number one. Number two, PlayStation can enact any kind of bias they want to charge you more or less on the game with dynamic pricing. If they just want to up and say, fuck it, we finna charge this nigga double because he owned the Xbox one time, where you gonna go? If they want to say, fuck it, he's black and I don't like black people today, you're paying triple. People who for any random reason can just be locked out of being able to play a game because the price is too high, just because a nigga woke up on his period today. I don't like the slippery slope that dynamic pricing introduces. What the fuck you mean at will? You could just hit a button and make the price more expensive for me and regular price for him and less expensive for them. Why do you get to do that? Why? I think this is something that should not only be regulated, but I think it should be fucking banned. Whatever the price is, it should be that for everybody, no matter what. Because like I said, my main concern is they could just one day go, if we find out you're black, double price on everything. I pretty much gave you the synopsis. I'm pretty sure you could have a clear idea what dynamic pricing is just by what I was talking about. But I was going to talk about how Nintendo has consistently had the worst online experience out of... Wait, hold up. I can turn this background music off. Wait, first off, hey yo, Nintendo, y'all charging for y'all online game chat service that nobody fucking uses?
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 30, yes. Yes, you niggas have 30 minutes. Because if you're not familiar, the short version is when the Switch 2 came out, if you had online or you didn't have online, you was able to freely screen share FaceTime and voice chat in any game at all for unlimited amounts of time with their Nintendo Switch game chat feature. But now, if you're not a paying customer, that shit is raps, nigga. And my thing is, I haven't personally used the game chat feature. I've heard good things about it, but it can't be that goddamn good. It can't be that goddamn good, because like every time I see shit about Nintendo, they over here in the corner charging for some new dumbass feature that no fucking body asked for. Because like seriously speaking, I could first off, a good majority of these games have in-game voice chat. That's number one. Number two, why Nintendo? Why are you locking voice chat? Like, I can understand locking being able to play retro Nintendo games behind a firewall. I can understand locking the online behind a firewall because, you know, online infrastructure, server space, stuff like that. But the game chat, there's literally no downside to you making the fucking game chat free. You niggas is just lazy, and quite frankly,
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Continuing on. Oh, that I forgot to delete that article out. This is about Alien the Alien. I'm gonna check that out in a different stream where I got more energy. I was gonna watch this and look at some demos. I mean, I guess with this we kind of get it. GTA 6 niggas. I'll see if there's anything interesting in this article about how a GTA hacker has shared what their life is like after trial. He shared, and yesterday we learned that was wondering why the source code for GTA 6 had not leaked to the public, but he also revealed what he was up to this whole time. Was there another paragraph? What the fuck? He shared in a conversation on Telegram, "No low mental hospital, you are never locked. 24/7 out of cell garden. I just came back to say how shit my situation is. I am detained for 3.5 years, now sentenced, not put on trial. Mental hospital was it feels like I need way too much context to even begin that conversation. This is just a trailer I seen that I wanted to watch on stream, and like all the rest of this shit is stuff that I'll do in the other stream where I do the Clobbering Club tier list on Monday. So if y'all watching right now, make sure y'all look for and stick around that shit Monday. I'm gonna redo my Clobbering Club tier list now that I have a lot more experience and I disagree with some of my prior takes and some of my placements on the prior list. I'm gonna nuke the whole list. Anyway, let's see what this Oasis game is talking about before we hop on Reloaded. This game is looking a little bit fun, slow battle 10. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm honestly getting heavy French slot vibes. I'm gonna be real. This game looks cool, but I don't see any standout features personally besides like co-op. But I've always been a proponent. Y'all can look back to when I played Borderlands and stuff like that. Like I've always said that just because a game has co-op, that means I'm playing it with my friends. It's automatically, like fun when I do anything with my friends because they're my fucking friends. Excuse me. If a game requires friends to be fun, unless we're talking something like Jackbox where it's designed around an experience, which most of the time it isn't, some of this shit should be able to stand on its own. It don't be that fucking fun, and this looks like a case of that. Not saying that it's necessarily unfun, but I'm saying it's as fun as you with your friends. Like if your friends are into this, it'd be cool, but if not, I don't care. I don't put it like that. Where's my control layer? Holy shit. I forgot how disorganized my fucking room was. If that controller is not over here, I may have lied in the tags. I'm not even gonna hold you. Let me see, he does it again. Because I'm cleaning this whole fucking room up, redoing my whole room tomorrow anyway. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It might be GG's for that shit. It might be GG's for that shit. Not gonna hold you. Shit. If it's not over here, then yeah, that shit's cooked. If it's not up here on this shelf, that shit's cooked. Yeah, and I don't feel like moving shit because again, like I said, room discombobulated. So I lied in the tags. I lied pretty hard. Yeah, we're gonna stream this stream off stream. I will be back Monday with Reloaded, and I'll try and start Outer Worlds, I guess. Oh, actually, you know what? Cause then I gotta set it up on my screen. Oh, I've had this demo sitting here forever, nigga. Oh wait, that shit is done. Oh well. Uninstall it. Where is it? Yep. Uninstall that shit. Doesn't even work anymore. Yeah, because the only thing I would be doing is playing the game, and there's no reason to do that shit on stream. Alright, so I know it's a stream on the shorter side, but it is what it is. I accidentally lied. Peace out, y'all.